So how do you know what batteries to use with what lights? What chargers should I buy and what are the best batteries to buy today in 2020? Hey guys, MJ here from Nitecore Singapore, and today I'm going to give you a no-nonsense guide to batteries and chargers. So at the end of the video, you have a clear view of exactly what's available, so you know exactly what to buy. Now, ever since the 21700 batteries have become mainstream, right, a lot of you have been confused on what works because online all the pictures look the same and the confusing numbers don't help. So like 18650 batteries, 21700 batteries, NL1835 HP, and then you have your NL2150 HPI. And even if you buy the right batteries, you might still buy the wrong charger. Okay, first up, you need to know what all those numbers mean. So let's start with the 18650 batteries. Alright, so 18650 18 across means a diameter, so 18 mm across, 65 mm down. So that's how you get 18650, and O is just the number at the back. Okay, so these are 18650 batteries. Then we go up to the latest 21700 batteries, which are 21 mm across in diameter and 70 mm down in length. Alright, that's where you get your 21700 battery. Other numbers you see are the 16340, which are these ones. Okay, so 16 mm across and 34 mm down. So 16340 batteries, also called CR123 batteries. Alright, then we drop down to the 14500 batteries, which are these ones. Okay, so 14 mm across and 50 mm down. Alright, now a critical mistake that many people make is that they assume that these batteries are the same as your AA batteries. Here, your typical AAA batteries. Alright, they are not. Although the size is the same, the voltage is different. These are 4.2 volts, 3 times the voltage of a normal AA battery. Okay, so that's why when you try and plug this into a battery device that only takes AA batteries, it will immediately fry the circuit. Right, these are mostly used for specialized gear like diving masks, forklift, controls. There are still companies making components that use these. Then last is your AAA batteries. These tiny ones here. Okay, this is 10 across diameter and 44 mm down. Not many people make this anymore because it only lasts 3 minutes before you have to swap out your batteries again, because the rechargeable versions only have like 350 milliampere of battery. Alright, so now you can see all the main battery types in use today. They are bigger batteries like the D-cell ones, 26650 batteries, but they're not mainstream, so I won't talk about them. So Nitecore today only makes lights for 3 main groups. The AA battery lights, okay, this is no more. 18650 battery lights, this is no more, and 21700 battery lights. So only these 3 groups. Alright, so when you need to buy a battery, you just need to ask 3 questions, right? What size? So you pick across these. And what capacity? And then last is the max discharge rate. So now capacity is the big number with the mAh behind here. Alright, you see this number here, 3500 milliampere. So for 18650, you have like your 2300, 34, all the way up to 3500 milliampere. So you just pick across the capacity. Now this affects how long your light can run, not how bright your light becomes. Okay, so something like this, the maximum will get you, let's say, about 1000 lumens. You can run for about 1.5 hours. Then this one drops down to 45 minutes. Okay, in that order, something like this. Capacity controls your light run time, not brightness. Now brightness is controlled by the max discharge rate. It's kind of like a tap with running water. So the more you twist the tap, the bigger the opening, so more water comes out. So imagine water is your electrical current, and the more you open the tap, the higher the max discharge rate, as you're allowing more current to come out at the same time. So how does this translate to brightness? The brighter the light, the more current it needs to sustain the brightness. So for example, a 1000 lumen light like this, the new P12, okay, it only needs a discharge rate of 4A. So these kind of batteries will work. This kind, there's no HP listing on this. So these have a discharge rate of about 4A. Then if you move up to the P20i, so something like this, this is a 1800 lumen light. These needs a discharge rate of 8A. NL2140i, alright, discharge rate is 8A. So then if you move up to the brightest ones like the i4000R, the lumen on this is 4400. Discharge rate that this needs to sustain that high lumens is 15A. Okay, so that's why you need to use highest one, which is the NL2150 HPI. Alright, this one, so you can see the discharge rate is here. It says 15A here. Now what happens if you put a lower discharge battery into a light that needs a higher discharge? For example, the i4000R, which needs 15A batteries. Then I put a 4A battery in it, it just won't turn on at all. So some people might think that, oh, my light is spoiled because my P12 can work but the i4000R can't work, so the light must be spoiled. Then they send it all the way back to find out that they just needed a different battery. Now, can you reverse it and put a 15A battery inside a light that only uses a 4A battery? Yes, because the light only draws what they need. The battery won't supercharge your light and make it brighter. Whereas some of the guys have that misconception, right? Here I have a 15A battery inside a light that only uses 4A, so it's okay. Everything still works as per normal. But the trouble with max discharge rate is that it's not always shown on the battery, right? So it's like this battery is completely clean. There's no number showing max discharge rates. So any battery that, you know, in Nitecore's range that does not show max discharge rate only has a discharge rate of 4A. These are your typical 21700, your 18650 batteries that has no additional model numbers at the back like HP, HPI. When you don't see those, the discharge rate is 4A. Okay, when it is specifically labeled like this on the packaging, the discharge rate of 8A here, right, means, you know, this battery has discharge rate of 8A. If you look here on the HPI, it shows 15A. Okay, then, you know, you can use it for higher lumen batteries. If you look at packaging like this, the 2600 battery, there's no mention of discharge rate anywhere on the front or the back. Okay, they just say high discharge rate. So these kind of batteries only has a discharge rate of your default 4A. Okay, so this works for 1200 lumens and below. Okay, so now you know the basics of battery sizes, capacity and discharge rate. So what should you buy today? For the 18650 category, right, you should go for the NL1835HP, which is this one. Alright, so it will work for lights that are 1800 lumens and below. Right, so for the 21700 category, which is the bigger battery, this one, you should just go for the NL2150HPI, alright, which is this packaging. Okay, look for this one, NL2150HPI 15A. Okay, then this works for all lights that are 4400 lumens and below. So all your E4K, your i4000R, and 15A, you actually have a very high capacity for even brighter lights that, you know, using kind of batteries in the future. Okay, so these are the latest flagship batteries. There are a lot of charger systems that are coming out for this battery, so you cannot go wrong with this one. Okay, then what about all these R version batteries where you have a built-in recharge port here? Alright, so you have R versions for this, you have R versions for the smaller batteries like this one. Look, this is a 14500, it also has an R version. So any battery that has the R at the back of the model, right, means it has a recharge port. So historically, these R versions always had overheating issues or charging issues because the whole charging circuit is crammed into this tiny space here, right? So if you drop your battery down like this, the charging circuit might get damaged. Then your indicator lights won't work and then you won't know whether your battery is full or not. So just get an external charger and then you're set, right? So that brings me to the next problem. Which external chargers work with what? When you choose chargers, that you just need to know three things: type of battery it charges, the charging speed, and display or no display. So let's bring back the battery types again. So anything 18650 and below, I2 and I4. Okay, you can also use the D2 and D4. Right, the only difference is number of charging slots and whether or not there's a display in it. Okay, so you can see that this one has just a simple indication display and this one tells you all your battery stats, voltage and all that. Now these chargers might say they can charge the 21700 batteries like they mentioned in the box. You can see that it's, you know, 21700, but it's only for flat top batteries. So if you actually have an i4, a D4 for example, and you try and fit it in, right, you can see that it doesn't fit. Okay, it just can't go in. So don't follow the box label, just follow this video as I've mentioned, you know. 18650 and below, just use I2, D2, I4, D4. Okay, then if you want to charge 21700 and everything else, use the USM2, right, and USM4. Okay, these will charge all your latest 21700 batteries all the way back to your tiny AAAs also. Okay. But if you don't use, let's say if you don't use AA batteries and you only want to deal with these two, your 21700 batteries and your 18650 batteries, then you can go with the UI1 and UI2 batteries. Okay, so these will only work with the larger modern kind of batteries. Okay. So next question is, do I need the display or no? Alright, so that comes up a lot with the i2 versus D4, right? The i2 only has a very simple display, whereas the D4 and the USM series have a very complex display. So the problem that the display solves is that if your battery is over discharged, you won't be able to tell if your batteries are dead or not. So a healthy battery should have a voltage of 3.6 to 4.2 volts. If it drops under 2.5 volts, it's over discharged and it won't work in any light. So if you only had an i2, right, you would never know what voltage your battery is at because it'll just show like a rapid blink and then you won't know what's the problem, right? So if you want to avoid situations like this, right, go with the display chargers like the D2, D4, USM2. So it will tell you exactly that, hey, your batteries are at 1.2 volts, it's over discharged, you need to do a recovery, right? So the higher-end models like the UMS series can even recover your over-discharged batteries. Alright, that's it. Now you know what to buy for 18650 lights. Just get the NL1835HP. Alright, don't have to worry about anything else. Okay. Then for 21700 lights, just buy the NL2150HPI. Okay, and you're set. Then chargers, just get the UMS2 and USM4 and you're set. Okay, so Nitecore is a massive player in the battery and charging industry. Their technology and factories are all top of the line. That's why even Leica approached them to do their battery chargers. So now when you buy a Nitecore battery or chargers, you don't have to worry about things catching fire or leaking. So I've sold thousands of 18650 batteries and not a single battery has come back damaged or leaked or exploded over the years. So the same with the chargers, right? These are all fireproof bodies. So even as a short circuit, right, it won't catch fire. The only thing you need to worry about is when you're buying a Nitecore charger, is the seller legit or not? So out there in the market, because these are so popular, there are tons and tons of fakes, okay? So if you see that, a charger price is too cheap, it's fake. If you see that the box has Chinese wordings on it, it's fake. Or, parallel imported or grey set or model set means you won't get any warranty. Some of them may come dead on arrival. So you don't want to get stuck with any of that kind of issues. Even the verification stickers here can be fake now, right? They actually scanned it and printed the same thing and stick on the fake charger box, okay? So always buy from an authorized retailer or dealer or from us, okay? So batteries and chargers are all in stock now at nitecorelife.com. Links to buy are in the description below. Choose the combination you need and then add to cart and then check out. So some of the chargers will have a battery combo together with them. Check the product page for more details. Also, most of them have bulk pricing, especially in packs of 3 or 10. You can also pay in monthly installments of 3 months if you're going for a big purchase like 10 batteries and then several sets of chargers for a big group. Right, you can do installments. That's it. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any more questions on batteries and chargers, just fire away in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and I will see you on the next one. Okay, MJ signing out.